What would you say to Ed Woodward then?
Ed, like, just go. Just go.
Can't say that. Yes, guys, we're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 2. We've got loads of Reds around. We're going to go to everybody as soon as we can. Firstly, I'll come to you. What did you make of that today?
Oh, there was a lot of hesitation throughout the team, I thought. I think it started at the back, really, with Lindelof and Maguire. There was a lot of uncertainty, and I think that was what led to the goals being conceded so quickly.
That kind of happened against Sheffield United, where the hesitancy on the ball, everyone was slashing it out, and it spread throughout the team. And we're looking at Maguire and Wan-Bissaka, who came in this season as seemingly sturdy figures, and now we've dragged them down to our level. What's going on?
Yeah, I think it seems to spread like a disease, really. Everyone plays for us. After a while, they seem to like stagnate a little bit. Now you look at players like Smalling, and then when they leave us, they get better suddenly. And I'm not sure if that's something to do with the coaching or, it's just the way it is at the moment. It's really.
What did you make of that today?
I agree what you say about Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. Maguire's first game against Chelsea, he looked unbelievable the full game. Looked short on the ball.
Leicester pretty good as well, and then.
Oh, it was great at Leicester. When he came in the first game against Chelsea.
Yeah.
But, unbelievable the whole game, and he just seemed to get slower and worse. And like a midfield, there's no creativity. There's no pushing the ball forward. Pereira today, how many times he kicked the ball straight at their players? Fred, I love his effort, but his ability's not there. If we could mix like his effort with Martial's ability, you'd have a great player. Because Martial, he's got it all. He just does not try. Again today, hands on the hips. Tried a little bit more in the first 20 minutes, but then just.
I kind of seen from him. I do agree with you at the start of the season, Martial. His running was better. His movement in between the line was a lot better. And I don't know whether it's the growing frustration of constantly making runs, nobody finding you, and then just eventually sulking about it, or. Because the midfield hasn't been great, we know that. And do you think that's having a knock-on effect on both the defence and the attack?
As you said, they're making the runs, they're looking for the ball with the feet. It's not coming in, it's going wide, it's going back. It's them same shapes, going back. So after a while, you play yourself, you realise the ball stops coming to you, you stop trying.
Is the manager getting enough out of what he's got? Because we know he hasn't got enough to maybe challenge for the trophies, but should he be doing better?
He should be doing better. You look across the team, there is world-class players now. Rashford is up there. De Gea's doing better.
Pereira and Fred, how can he do better? You put McTominay and Pogba in that team. Yeah. We win our next game, we go fifth, right? We beat Tottenham on Wednesday, we go fifth still. What, 6 points behind Chelsea possibly? 9 points behind City? Put Pogba, McTominay in there, let Ollie get to January, get some more players in.
So do you think it's just down to
Fred,
what he has at
being shit, yeah. Fred.
Then is it not, should Ollie have not started Garner or Levitt, who have showed signs of
heads, man. Like, how many kids you going to put in a team? Like, I think we're at our limit.
So, sorry?
The amount of experience matters, Adam. His experience should show, and it didn't. Shocking.
Yeah. Not match fit, is he? His legs have gone. Yeah. You can see his legs have gone. There was 2 or 3 games that 3 years ago he would have got a couple.
So what do you think it is then? What do you think the issue is at the club?
Just time. Squad depth. Time. You put Pogba, you put McTominay in that team, probably would have got a better result today. Huh? Time. Let's get to January. Let's get some more players in. Let's get some more out.
Do you think he'll get the results? As a fan that wants to see him given time, do you think with the games we've got coming up, if the results took a turn for the worse, that he'd be gone ultimately? Or
but the feel-good factor to come back, huh? You know what I mean? You beat Tottenham, you beat City, players are back, you get to January, you know what I mean?
That does seem to be a problem with us at the moment, the inconsistency. In the big games we've been a lot better, and in these games, Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Southampton, we seem to struggle. Can you put your finger on why that is?
Yeah, no leaders. You've not got a Roy Keane on there, have you? You've not got somebody dragging the team forward when the team's doing bad. You know what I mean? And we're just going to have to get to January. The players we have aren't good enough. We need more players in. We need players out. We need Pereira out. You need Fred out. You need players in. Fernandes should have been a signing. He's a leader. On the ball, off the ball. He's a captain. He's a leader. Huh?
So someone shouted something over here now.
I said Pogba needs to be that guy. He needs to step up. He's an experienced guy. World Cup.
He's obviously been injured at the moment.
Yeah, he has been, but he has to he's playing for Man United. He's not playing for Sunday League. He needs to play for Man United like any one of us would do if we had his talent. We'd play for the badge. We'd want to play. We'd want to organise everyone all over the pitch. Come on, you need to be there. You need to be there. Not no hands on hips and running sideways, forward through the middle.
But we are talking about a player that didn't play today and hasn't played for a while. So with what he has, Is Ollie getting enough? This gentleman here said he's not got a great midfield, so we need to give him time to get those players back and maybe buy a few players.
If Pogba comes back in, if Pogba comes back in, is he going to give the effort that we all want him to give, or is he just going to be looking around?
But what I'm trying to say is, at the moment, Pogba's not been playing, so he's not the issue with these results that we're having.
These results now.
What do you think is the issue?
The issue, what I think the issue is we have no midfield at all. We've got no one that wants to get the ball, organise it and push forward. The only guy, when he had the ball today, that wanted to get forward was Maguire. Maguire at the back was getting the ball in the middle and trying to push slightly forward, but no one else. Matt is looking, everyone's pushing it to Daniel James on the wings. And then when we are getting forward and putting the ball in the box, nobody is there. Everyone's looking at everyone else. So what shall I do? What shall I do? Attack the ball. That's what you got to do. You got to attack the ball. Listen, he wasn't my favourite player, but had we had a Lukaku in the box now, he might have got on the end of something. Look at Vardy at Leicester. He's always there, demanding the ball in the middle of the box, not just looking around. Oh, you do it. Come on, man. We're Man United. We're not a banter club. We're Man United. We love this team, and these players need to show the love for Man United like the old players used to, that we grew up on.
They can show the love. Have they got the quality?
Do I think they've got the quality? A number of them definitely have got the quality, but a number of them, even if they do have the quality, don't care enough to show it. I don't think that some of them are as professional as they should be. I think we easily throw around like it's Man United, but do these guys care that much? I don't think so. That's the problem for me.
What do you reckon, Lucky? I know you want to... sorry, go on.
Who's the leader on our team?
Possibly Maguire.
Maguire, yeah, one person. I'm from Cork City. Who's from Cork City? Roy Keane. Biggest leader we've ever had in the team. Who else do we have at the moment? Maguire.
We need to clone Keane.
Who else? Can anyone name someone else besides Maguire who's the leader on the team?
Lindelof.
Yeah, one person.
McTominay.
Yeah, he's 22 though. He will be a leader. At the moment, he's not.
So do you think that I hate harping on about the past, but in the past we obviously had a young nucleus with leaders around them. Do you think that's what these boys are missing?
We need someone to lead the team. We don't have a leader at the moment. That's it. We don't have a leader. We have Maguire, but he doesn't have the history. He doesn't have anything to lead the team.
I love the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is experiencing the youth and trying to get the youth to keep on going. But you see, Brandon Williams, probably about 5 or 6 good games. He's a starter. He's above Luke Shaw now. That doesn't make sense. I know he's on form now, but 2 weeks from now he might give an own goal or something like that. You just kind of have to lay them into the team. You can't just force them into it, and it kind of just doesn't make sense.
I think it's too much too soon with him.
Yeah, definitely. Even with Rashford, when he first came out, he was scoring goals galore, but then he went on nearly a 30-game drought. And second season.
Sorry, this man here has got a message for the team and he wants to give it. So, come on.
United, it's not Ollie's fault. He didn't bring in Pereira, he didn't bring in Fred, but Ollie, just let him go to January, just at least January, so he could get some players.
So you want patience from the board with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yeah, last time we've had Davy Moyes, he was going to make a team, then he just sacked him. I don't think Ed Woodward should be our board.
Definitely shouldn't. A lot will agree with you there.
I don't think he cares about United. I think he's just here for the money.
What would you say to Ed Woodward then?
Ed, just go.
Can't say that. What would you say to the team or the board or the players? Cheers, mate.
I'd say to Ollie, at the end, Dan James was absolutely knackered. Should have took.
Are you allowed to? My mum used to shout at me for saying that, but carry on anyway.
Dan James was knackered. Most of our players were knackered. They didn't even give any effort.
What do you think the problem is currently at United?
The problem is that Martial, he's not making any runs. He's just give up because most of the time he hasn't got the ball from the runs at the start of the season, as he said. We was absolutely brilliant, but then again, we're terrible now. We
are. We haven't got a midfield either. Zayan, come in. What did you make of that today?
Yeah, I thought the creativity wasn't there. When we get the ball, we're not taking any risks because I think we're all afraid that if we're going to do something, we might lose the ball. Someone might get on our back, but. Isn't it up to the manager to give them the freedom to play without that fear? Or do you think a lot of them are just maybe the shirt's weighing on them a little too heavy? the manager can only do as much as he can, but when they get on the pitch, it's up to the players then, isn't it?
Yeah.
The manager can do everything he can, but it's down to the players at the end.
So what would you say to them players?
I think that I think they should. I know that they're trying, but I think we need, because we've got a lot of young players, we need a mixed experience in the team. Because look at all the great, like in the 30 times, we used to have experience and young players, and I think we need to get that balance, because it's good that we have youth players and they're very good players, but we can't be relying on Rashford and
So do you think the next couple of signings we made need to be a bit more experienced rather than have this potential?
Yeah, I think we've got a great young team, but there's only so much a youth team can do. Because if you're relying on James and Rashford to score, and look how old they are, you can't rely on them to deliver every week because they're young. They don't have as much experience as, say, someone else.
Do you think Ollie will get the times there?
I think he needs time, because you can put any manager in here, but you can't turn it around. So he needs time, and we need to invest in players that have experience and are good, actually suit the way that we play.
You say he needs time. Will he get time?
I'm not really sure, because the way that we're going, we probably won't win the Europa League. We won't get in the top 4, trying to get in the top 6. And I think the board want us to get in the top 4, but I don't think we can do that this year.
Cheers, man, Zaya. Appreciate it. Thank you. You're in trouble when you get old. Thank you, mate.